Our next speaker is Manna Greene. Manna Greene is the Environmental Director for Hudson River Sloop Clearwater, whose mission is to protect the ecology of the Hudson River and the well-being of people living in its watershed through education, advocacy, and celebration. Clearwater opposed the original siting of Indian Point, so near the greater New York City metropolitan area, and has called for its closure since 9/11. Welcome, Manna.
I'm speaking here today both as the Environmental Director for Hudson River Sloop Clearwater and a resident and town board member in the town of Rosendale, which is in Ulster County and within the 50-mile peak injury zone, which should be the evacuation zone. I'm also speaking as a mother of 2 grown sons who live in New York City, which would be enveloped by gridlock in the event of a nuclear accident or incident at Indian Point. In the wake of the ongoing and devastating disaster at Fukushima Daiichi, Hudson River Sloop Clearwater has joined 45 other organizations in petitioning the NRC to suspend relicensing and licensing procedures until the lessons learned from Fukushima are integrated into the regulatory process. There is a precedent for this. After 3 Mile Island, they paused for a year and a half. That is absolutely necessary, a cooling off and a period of introspection instead of rushing into relicensing of aging facilities, as, for example, they did at with Vermont Yankee. So at minimum, we need a moratorium. However, given Indian Point's abysmal track record of radioactive leaks and cooling water intakes getting clogged and transformer explosions and failed sirens, and the fact that it is located at the intersection of 2 earthquake faults, we believe the facility should be closed. One of the major differences between Fukushima and Indian Point is that Fukushima was on the west coast of Japan with westerly winds blowing quite a bit of the radioactivity, the radioactive emissions out to sea. There are over 100 million people between Indian Point and the Atlantic coast, which is the nearest ocean. There are over 10 million people in that area that would be prone to gridlock. So Clearwater joins our sister organizations today in opposing the relicensing of aging plants and the thought of leaving them ongoing to create more radioactive fuel to be stored in overcrowded fuel pools is just foolhardy and extremely dangerous. The reason the Germans were able to make the decision to phase out nuclear power plants between now and the next few years is that they have already put into place high levels of wind and solar and renewable energy. And I want to call on NYSERDA and Governor Cuomo to put in place an accelerated plan to transition to a green energy economy. Thank you.